Action items. Approve individual employment contracts for 2013-14. Question on it?
So moved. Second.
Got it, Mary? Any comments or questions before we vote?
This action is for the formal employment of 3 individuals. Jennifer Dager, she will be a math teacher over at Fox River. Monica Fisher, she'll be a media specialist and a media center teacher at Woodfield and Trailside. And then the last person is Renee Setterstrom, and she'll be a counselor at Evergreen.
Comments or questions? All those in favor of the motion to approve the individual employment contracts for these 3 teachers, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Unanimous. And we need to take action to accept the resignations. Resignations are Tasha Baker, Anjanette Nickel, Jennifer Toretta, Kyle Superman, and Sally Durano. Is there a motion?
Also moved.
I heard Don. Doug, you want a second?
Yes.
Don moved, Doug second. Questions or comments?
I just want to encourage fellow board members that the staff leaving with the resignations do complete an ACID interview that I plan to review, and I encourage fellow board members to look at those also.
Any other comments?
Chris, that's something you can scan and send? Okay.
Are we ready to vote? All those in favor of accepting the resignation signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye.
Unanimous, carried. Discuss and take action on recommendation to approve Title I preschool.
Also,
Moved by Don, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Doug. Time for discussion.
I just have a question. So currently this will not add anything to the tax roll. The existing money's coming out of Title I, which we already have an excess of, that's a limit what we can spend it on, and we've spent everywhere else.
We have limitations as far as where and what we can spend it at. And so the point is we have a sizable amount left over that we could designate for Title I preschool. And the costs that come out of this would be a teacher, an aide, and even the transportation.
Will there be any costs not coming out of title funds?
I would be surprised if there weren't, there would be minimal. Supply costs.
10,000, somewhere in
Oh,
town?
right.
Okay.
I don't see any more.
Can we say that we can pay for this out of title funds for the next 2 years minimum?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless the answer is yes to that, unless there's a substantial reduction to our funds.
Okay. Which doesn't seem to be at this point.
No.
Never mind. All right.
There'll be special requirements that they'll have to meet to go into that?
Right, there would be screening requirements for the youngsters to be eligible. So basically, the approval tonight would be for Mrs. Hoppy and me to identify the criteria, identify the screening mechanisms, and have staff and transportation arranged.
And how soon can we be out and running?
Next semester.
The goal would be before second semester. It just depends on how quickly we get things in place.
My concern is that as Ms. Schroeder had said, definite documentation saying that there's a benefit to this has not been shown. There are some smaller studies that have some some improvement. My concern is that once you put a program like this in place, it's hard to get it back out if there's not any evidence of effectiveness. And my first concern is for us to talk to the parents to let them know what is expected of their students as they come into kindergarten. And that's the next discussion that we have, next action item. And so I will be voting no on this program.
Well, my understanding of the Title I program is that there will be a screening, and these are children with needs for this early.
Right, it would be a target population of youngsters that have more prevalent academic needs that don't necessarily qualify for special education in the early childhood program.
Other districts have worked with the parents and with daycare centers to put that type of system in place, not necessarily requiring the school district to do it. And so there are other avenues, and first thing I think we have to do is depend on parents. I think that they're capable people, and they should be told the expectations of us before anything else.
Any other comments?
I've got just a couple of things. Being that I wasn't at the last one for family reasons. So I guess my question would be is how do we target that population, meaning that there's no requirement to sign up for public school at a 4K level? How do we, other than advertising in the paper, how do we go to seek the children that really are the ones that we're trying to target for this?
We would run it very similar to the child find activities that special education runs, so in a similar format. The other pieces is that the Birth to 3 agency out of St. County typically has a list of kids that we should possibly follow up with. The other part is the youngsters through the special education child find that didn't qualify for special education. There would be a follow-up, and those people would also be invited to the screening.
So we're fairly confident to hit the targeted population seeking.
We'll do the best we can.
Okay, but I think I would want to make a motion for amendment to this motion, such that we limit it to a 2-year test period with a review before extending it and a revote by the board to extend it, so that we can show that it has actually done what we're seeking to do.
So you would want exit of the kids before they.
We want to exit from the students, and I really want to see the population we hit,
Okay.
because I'm a little worried that we can't get the students that are the ones we're seeking.
Okay.
Is there a second to the amendment to the motion?
I'll second it.
Any discussion on that amendment? All those in favor of the amendment to the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, Mayor. Back to the original motion. Any further discussion?
I would say, I would be in favor of this as long as it's not adding on the tax roll. I would be in favor of it if it's hitting the target population of students we're seeking. I think it's a good thing to have students get some help, but if the help is not showing to increase any thing in the student's achievement 3-4 years down the line, I don't know that it would be something that I would spend local taxpayer money on. If we have the excess funds and entitled funding, that's fine.
Okay.
If we don't, well, we're gonna have to review this and keep a good eye on it, which I'm sure you will.
Are we ready for a vote? Okay, all those in favor of doing a Title I preschool or a 2-year stint to be reviewed at the end of 2 years, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Nay. We have 4 ayes and Paul a nay.
One question I did ask, what is the limit of the number of students in that class?
We can set it.
Okay,
We
that's
can
not gonna exceed one's class.
Well, if there's that many kids, we could open up a second section, but it would be an afternoon morning session and an afternoon.
If we have the funds, yeah.